Picture this. I'm working with a friend of the family who is looking to buy a single family home in Fairfax County. Currently, they're staying in a townhouse rental and it's getting a little small in that space, right? At least they thought it was getting small. So this particular individual, a friend of the family, starts to look for single family properties. We look for 6 months. And do you know what they decide to do? That's right. They decided to buy a townhouse. Now you can try to find yourself a deal, look for single family homes that are like the same price as a townhouse. But I gotta tell you, those houses are priced accordingly. Look, if you find yourself a single family house that's the same price as a townhouse, it's not by chance. There's most likely something interesting about the location. There's most likely something interesting about the property. There are no free lunches when it comes to searching for a home in Fairfax County. Everything is on the market. Everybody knows about all the properties when they hit the MLS. Now you're probably relocating to the Fairfax County area from some other part of the country and you're used to single family houses, right? You're just used to having that space that comes with living in a single family house. Sometimes single family houses are called detached homes. Whether you call it single family houses or detached homes, you may need to wrap your head around the idea that you probably can only afford a townhouse, or the kind of single family house that you can afford is not going to fit either your needs, your family needs, or anyone that you know needs. If your budget is below $700,000, then you may want to look at townhouses if you're moving to Fairfax County. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the differences between townhouses and single family houses, the pros and cons, and also hopefully help you feel more comfortable with the idea of living in a townhouse. Now I get it, a lot of people when they move to this area or they're thinking about moving to this area, they think about nothing but single family houses. When I came here in 2013, I also had to adjust to the idea that a single family house just wasn't in my cards. Right now, my family of 4, right? There's 4 of us. We live in a townhouse in Kingstown, and I gotta say, it's enough space. It's enough space. Hopefully in this video, I get you to feel a little bit more comfortable with the idea of living in a townhouse. Let's start the show. Hi, my name is Abraham Walker with Ask A Walker, your favorite Northern Virginia YouTube real estate agent. If you're thinking about moving or relocating to the Northern Virginia area, click the link down below in the description for the perfect home questionnaire. You fill that form out and then I'll be in touch with you to schedule a Zoom session where we'll meet online and I'll answer any questions that you may have. If you want immediate assistance, my phone number will be right here on the screen along with my email address. Reach out to me, call, text, email, and I'll be sure to answer your question. I get so many inquiries through the perfect home questionnaire or calls or text messages that I'm just used to answering everyone's questions. If you're looking for a playlist to help you along your journey to relocate into the Fairfax County area, click the link above the light to our Fairfax County relocation playlist. Enough about me. When you move into Fairfax County, should you buy a single family home or a townhouse? The first thing we're going to talk about when we're thinking about a single family house versus a townhouse is the size of the unit and also the usability of it all. In my townhouse right now, on the main level, right, so you go up one level, on the main level we have a kitchen, we have a living room, dining room, and a half bath. And if you think about it, most single family houses have the same design on the main level. Now, there may not be a step up, but usually you have those same creature comforts on that one floor. Really, the only thing you're giving up when you buy a single family house when it comes to usability or to size is you may have another bedroom on the main level, which is rare, or there's a laundry room or the garage access is on that same level. Now, when it comes to size, some townhouses are the same size as single family homes in this area. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that all single family homes and townhomes are the same size. Now, of course, statistically in this region, especially, single family homes are larger. You really start to see the size difference of a single family home when you're looking at the bedrooms and the backyards. There are some cases where a single family home could have a backyard that's the size of, I like to say, a quarter teaspoon, right? It's so small, you could barely fit anything back there. That's a rare case scenario, and those single family homes are usually located next to metro stops or they're in densely populated areas. If you look at a single family home in an older neighborhood where the community is a little bit more established, right? They have some large trees everywhere. The backyard is probably going to be huge. Sometimes it's a quarter acre. I mean, I've even seen acre lots. townhouses are just going to have a small backyard just by their very nature. There are some in-unit townhouses where you can actually open up this space, the backyard specifically, and you can enclose or include the side of the property. But those are rare case scenarios because there's always going to be more interior units than exterior units. Another thing you have to consider when you're thinking about usability with a townhouse is that townhouses usually have decks off of the main level, right? So the second story, right? So usually you have a basement at the bottom there, and then in the middle you have the main living area, and then the bedroom areas on the top. The deck on the second level poses another challenge you may not be thinking about. If you have your deck on the second level, then that shadow is going to cast in your backyard, and it's going to actually make your backyard space less usable. Now, in my townhouse unit in Kingstown, we don't have a deck off of the second level, so my entire backyard is usable, and that's what my family likes. Now, this is a caveat. Most townhouses, the back of them, where the deck and the backyard is located, faces another backyard. In some scenarios, the townhouse will face the back of the community or a back road or a forested area. In rare instances, and I mean rare, you'll have a townhouse that's actually positioned in a square, in the interior of a square, and then there will be some common area space. It's like this huge field, and all of the residents will be able to use it, and it's like your yard that you don't have to mow. I have this same space in my backyard, and my kids love it. They get to play, run around, and they have all this grass, and I don't have to cut it. All jokes aside, if you're looking for a larger yard where your kids are going to play, where maybe you're going to throw a lot of events in the backyard, or just so your pets could just like run around, a single family house is probably going to be your best bet. The second thing you want to consider when you're comparing single family houses versus townhouse is the maintenance costs. I was showing another client in the Kingstown area some single family houses in Mount Vernon. So my clients in Kingstown, they live in a townhouse, and they were looking at this large home in Mount Vernon. This home in Mount Vernon had 4 AC units. That's right, 4 of those bad boys. Some townhouses have 2 units, most have 1. But to go from 1 to 4, you can't imagine the expense it must take to actually replace all 4 of those units, to service all 4 of those units. That's what you have to consider when you're choosing between a townhouse and a single family house. That some of the single family houses are just going to be larger, so they just take up more income, they take up more expenses, and they're going to take up more of your money to maintain. Another thing to consider is that if you're replacing the roof on a townhouse, it's considerably less than a single family home. Then we have grass. Now, I'm not a grass type of guy, so I love the fact that my townhouse has such a small patch of grass. I can literally cut my grass in 10 to 15 minutes with one of those push mowers you see on TV. But my friends that have those single family houses with those larger lawns, their weekends sometimes consist of just like managing that thing. Managing my lawn isn't something I'm interested in, but if you are, a single family house may be perfect for you. Association fees are the third thing you want to consider when you're thinking about the differences between single family houses and townhouses. Most townhouses, and I mean most, are going to be in a homeowners association. It is still kind of rare, but you could get away with finding a single family house that has no homeowners association. I know what can happen if a homeowner decides to take it on their own to either paint their property pink or to put just a bunch of flamingos in the front yard. So the association kind of acts as a buffer between you and the homeowners in your community from doing anything that would either bring down the property value or park 17 cars in their front yard as if they're starting an automotive business. If you're looking to have complete control of your property, then a single family home is probably best for you. You can do whatever you want with the exterior, you can do whatever you want with your yard, you can do whatever you want with the property in general. When you have a townhouse and a single family house that are both located in an association, then the townhouse is going to have lower association fees because usually the association fees are based on the square footage of the property or even sometimes the lot size. So a single family house is naturally going to be more square footage and on a larger lot, so that would lead to a larger homeowners association fee. Another thing I love about living in an association is that associations come with all kinds of amenities. Some of the associations don't have any amenities and they cost the same price. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know why people choose to live there. Maybe it's location, maybe it's some other things, but that's weird to me. But in Kingstown, in the association that I'm in, we have swimming pools, tennis courts, volleyball courts, we have walking trails, we have beautiful landscaping. That's the beauty of living in an association. You don't have to worry about that stuff. You pay your little monthly fee, and then all of those things are taken care of for you. The amenities in my community and others like it are so good. I don't have to join a gym, and I don't have to put my kids in a swim club. We have a swimming pool. Let's pause for a quick intermission. We've been talking about townhouses and single family homes for quite a while now. If you live in Fairfax County and you already live in one of these properties, these types of properties, post that comment down below. Share your thoughts. Why did you choose a townhouse? Why did you choose a single family house? If you're moving here from another area, what type of house are you currently living in? What is your hesitation about moving to the Fairfax County area? Is it something about our property stock, right? Is it something about the fact that you may be moving into a townhouse? You've never lived in a townhouse? Post that comment down below in the comment section and let us know. Before we finish up with our last couple points, I just want to let you know that I make these videos to answer any questions that you may have about moving to the Northern Virginia area, specifically Fairfax County in this particular video. Think of these videos like my interview for the job before you hire a real estate agent. If your real estate agent isn't providing you with this type of information or doing these type of videos, why not give me a call? My contact information will be right here on the screen. You'll have my cell phone number, which you could text or call, and also my email address. You can also fill out the Perfect Home questionnaire. The link is in the description. Okay, so let's get back to our show. The purchase price is the fourth item on our list, and this is probably an obvious one. Single family houses are bigger, so that means that they're gonna cost more money. Just how much more money? I'm glad you asked. In Burke, you could buy a single family house for the same price that you would buy a townhouse in McLean. Now, living in Burke, you'll have a large yard, you'll have a lot of trees, you'll have access to some parks, but if you live in McLean, you'll be closer to DC, you'll be closer to the Pentagon, you'll be closer to Tyson's Corner. You see what I'm saying here? The location is everything, right? So Burke is a little bit further away, so that means you get more bang for your buck, but also you have to deal with living further away. It's quite possible that that townhouse in McLean may suit your family's needs. At the time I recorded this video, the average sales price for a townhouse was $547,000 and $947,000 for a single family home. Fifth on our list is appreciation. So you probably think to yourself, you know what, Abraham, if I buy a townhouse, then it won't appreciate as rapidly as a single family home. That's not the case in Fairfax County. It really depends on the location of either property. Some townhouses appreciate at a faster rate than single family homes. It really doesn't make sense to really look at the numbers when it comes to this scenario because the location of the property type will determine its appreciation rate. More desirable locations appreciate at a faster rate. So you made it this far. Now it's time to choose single family house or townhouse. Which will it be? There are a couple questions that you probably want to answer before you make this decision. Do you have a specific budget? Do you need a lot of yard space? Does the age of the property matter? Can you afford or are you even interested in the upkeep of a larger property? There you have it. Those are the reasons why you would choose a single family house versus a townhouse. If you live in Fairfax County already, do you think there's a big difference, right? Maybe you're moving from a condo to a townhouse, from a townhouse to a single family house, from a single family house back to a townhouse, you know. Where are you on your real estate journey? If you're moving to the area and you're already accustomed to a certain type of house, let us know in the comment section. If you need some assistance with relocating to the area, my contact information is right here at the bottom here. You can call me, text me, email me. I'll be the one to answer. You can also click the link in the description to my Perfect Home questionnaire. Once you fill out the information online, we'll set up a time to meet virtually and I'll answer any questions that you may have about this area. Thanks again for watching the show and I will see you on the next episode. Peace.